This movie came out like a week ago, so naturally when I went to go see it, it was empty movie theater.
Oh, yes. Oh, man. Yeah.
Detroit. Rapid fire review. The plot. This movie covers the 5-day Detroit riot in 1967. It focuses on the police versus the citizens, the racial tension, the involvement of the National Guard, but mostly it focuses on the situation that happened at the Algiers Motel. And that situation was fucked. Algie Smith as Larry Reed. This movie follows this guy as kind of like the main character. It follows his story the most throughout the whole timeline. He's a Motown singer trying to get a record deal, and he finds himself and his friend Fred at the Algiers trying to avoid the riots, and that's when shit gets nuts. They seem to focus a lot on his character, and I thought there were more interesting characters throughout the movie. I think I might have preferred the movie follow a different character around, but I understand why they went with it. John Boyega as Melvin DeMucus. He's a security guard that was called in to guard a building. Here's some gunshots from the Algiers Hotel, and he teams up with the National Guard to go check it out. This dude is very smart. He defused situations by gaining the trust of the police and the National Guard, and then he peacefully takes things over into his own hands. Not really sure why he left his job. I mean, he's getting paid to guard a building because people are shooting guns outside. You'd think he wouldn't run off to see where the gunshots are coming from, right? It's not like it's a script issue. It fucking happened in real life, you know? It's history. Got called into work to guard this building. What? See ya! Will Poulter as Philip Krause. This dude is amazing because I fucking hate him. He plays a racist cop, and he's very smart at bending the rules to get what he wants. And he really doesn't hesitate to hurt or kill people. He is a real shithead. So I guess you could say they pit him as the main villain in this situation and in this movie. I thought Will Poulter's performance was fantastic. He was such a good representation of racist cops. Racist asshole piece of shit. Overall, I thought this movie was great and very well made. They don't waste any time immediately diving into the riots. And you're in the heat of it and it's chaos. And there's racial tension and there's anger and there's paranoia. And the director, Catherine Bigelow, does a fantastic job at making you understand all sides of the situation and essentially what leads to a riot. Then they slow down and focus heavily on the Algiers Hotel situation. And that shit was intense. The acting is phenomenal. I actually enjoyed everyone's performance in this. Everybody did great. I was surprised to see some of these bigger actors with these small roles. The only issue I had with this movie is toward the end, I wanted to know more about the outcome and aftermath of what happened from the riots. The direction they took was good, but I just wanted to know more about the situation as a whole. And they focused more on the characters that were fleshed out throughout the story. Totally okay. It made me interested enough to go after the movie and actually do the research of what happened. That shows how good the movie was. It actually made me want to do homework. If you get a chance, go see it. It's a chunk of American history and a huge chunk of Detroit history. Rapid fire review. Subscribe.